Hey, okay, so the back of this guitar, this African wingy, is all, there were about 6 or 7 cracks, longitudinal cracks in here, and we got those all fixed up. And now we're going to turn our attention to the front. And while the Olivia inlay, infill, sets up there, cures for a little bit, we're going to turn our attention to finishing this top. Now, thank goodness for ODIES, because we got a spot repair in here. There were 2, cracks. One here, and one here, another one right there. Got those all fixed up and sanded back to, I went 400 grit right here. And I don't know if you can see how beautifully this top has aged. That red pine has got this just golden, warm, amber hue to it, thanks to all its time on the road and a lot of UV light. Imagine now if I had high gloss lacquer on this top. How would you fix that repair? Well, you'd have to sand the whole top down and lose all of that beautiful aging. The beauty with an instrument finished in ODIES oil is you can effect a spot repair right here without having to sand back the entire top and lose 10 years of beautiful amber aging. I closed the box on this thing in April 2012, and that's what it looks like after 10 years. So back in the olden days, if you had a spot repair like this, you'd have to have a really good painter to mix some stain and blend that in. And that process was, okay, stain, seal, and then varnish. But what we're doing in this day and age is you get your jar of super oil, and this is a very liquid product, and this is your stain vehicle, and then you pick your ODIES color. And I think the citrus is just about dead on for this. This sample was on Sitka spruce from Kodiak, but that is awful close. So I'm going to start with the citrus, and I want to start on, I just want to get going on this, but I'm not going to. Cooler heads are going to prevail. Because I don't want to muck this one up, I am going to take the time to, you see, I've got original Ulu red pine back here in stock from 2012 myself, and I actually have 2 tops I glued up some time ago. And I'm going to take these out here and use them for sample boards. So there you're seeing them from 2012, and I'm kind of liking, I don't know, you take, this is that dark, I kind of like this area in here. So I'm going to take that one and rub some, here's my colors. Boom. Citrus. There you go. A little citrus and a little super on a sample board, and then I'll get to this. Okay, so here's my red pine sample from 2012, and I just sanded a little spot in here down to 320. Okay, so the citrus is a good kind of tone, but it's a little light, I think, when I look over at the guitar right now. So I know it'll be at least this dark, and probably darker. So I've got the Bristol brown out here. That's down in this category, and we can mix them. And I'm going to try this in real time, which I've never done before. Now, with the super, it's so liquid, you just shake that up. You don't have to get your 1-inch spade bit out for this. Okay, there it is. Now, in the past, I've tried to pour this out of here, and you guess what? I really make a mess. So this is my little mixing vessel. Look what I got. Where is it? Now, you know, Crocodile Dundee once said, "That's not a knife." Well, this is a syringe. In fact, it's a 355 cc syringe. And you open it, oh, look at that. I got a little thing on there for it. I don't think I want that right now. But okay, so I'm guessing, let's start out with 50 and see what that looks like. Oh, look at that. Fits the mouth of the ODIES. Oh, that's too much. So now, see, I put that much in there, squirt the rest back. That's the first shop tip of the day here. When you're working with ODIES Super, get one of these. I like that. All right, let's throw a little color in there. All right, we got a little citrus going. And as I understand it, and if you're watching this, James, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like in the old days painting, the color or the tone you're going to get, the intensity, is what you see when it's wet, just like oil-based stain. When oil-based stain dries out, or when this dries out, it'll be lighter. So when it's wet there, that's what you're going to get. Now that is looking like a little more citrusy than I want. It looks a little orangey. Let's throw a little brown in here. I know, I should probably be using a brush or something. Would mix this up better. Let's try that. Oh, I like that. This is my second tip for the day. When you're mixing your super colored stains, use a brush. Because look at that, it goes on easier too. Apply it easy. Get plenty on, and then you can wipe it around with your white quadruple lot synthetic wool pad. Okay, now I'm liking that. And you see all that on the surface, that's all going to get wiped off right now, and then we'll take a little look at our guitar relative to that. All right, let's wipe it off and go check it out. So there's over on the lighter side, there's our patch. Clearly it's going to help that blend. And we're lighter than the dark half. So I might just start here, and then I'm not gonna, you can't go lighter. Well, I guess you can if you add white, but you start to get muddy. Pretty good. We'll start here and see what happens. All right, now here's the citrus and Bristol brown. I kind of got equal portions in here, and I just got, where is it? Oh, James sent me a sample here back when I made my first inquiry. Here's a serious brown. This is called espresso. This is called espresso. That's a serious brown, and we're going to have that out just in case. Like I said, this is a little light. I know that. And if I want to get a little darker, I don't want to go more Bristol brown. I want to get some serious darkness in there. And so we're just going to try it. Take a chance. Like my great Aunt Agnes always said, when she'd get the Publisher Clearinghouse back in the 70s, she'd say, I'll take a chance. Look at Christopher Columbus. He took a chance. Worked out for him. So, I mean, nobody's going to die here. Everybody. Take a deep breath and relax. It's just some old red pine and a little bit of ODIES Super and some reflected color pigments. And we're going to let it go out a little bit everywhere. see what we're looking at. Boy, a little bit goes a long ways. And I'm one of those guys that if one shot is good, two is better. So it's a real, oh, dude. I don't think I just surprised myself. I thought that was too late. I think it's perfect. I like that just fine for now. And I'm going to coat the whole top. And we can always come back and do more later if you want to do a little more tweaking. So, here we go. I'll try it. Now I got too happy there again. You see that? We'll put some on the wangy pick guard too. Let it join in on the fun. I'll keep it off the Paduke Bridge at this time. Give these guys another little coat down there on the patch. Way to go, James. You got another great product here. I surprised myself. Let me know if I'm surprising you. No, you gotta, if you sit around and wait till you got it all figured out, it'll never happen. So, do your legitimate due diligence and then just try it. Like I said, nobody's going to die here today. All right, now I'll let that sit there for a couple minutes. Remember, all the ODIES products love friction. Giving it one little nice warm rub about. And then we'll wipe this down. Okay. Get the big chunks off with the green hand towel we used on the back side. Brian's been really hacking at this top side. I love it. And now there's exposed a little bare wood there, so you can see we've actually highlighted those. I don't know, probably take another 15 years though, Brian, to get this thing looking like Trigger. But you're off to a good start. He tells me that's character, see? I try to ball him out for doing that stuff, but see, you got some more up here. Love it. So, have I mentioned, I'm all over trying to be perfect. I'm focused on doing my best to just do amazing. And I think that's pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. I'm by nature self-deprecating Swede, but sometimes we get pretty excited when something works out better than we thought. I never thought I'd nail that the first time, in real time. All right, James, you can take that to the bank. Well, there you go. A 3-crack spot repair on the lower bout of a yellow pine guitar. And if I wasn't filming, I would have had that done in about 20 minutes. And what I see now is there's a little more character that's highlighted for Brian. But look down here. I never saw this, but you can see there's a little hairline crack up on the upper bout. And I'm going to wait for the super oil to cure out. Tomorrow I will come back, throw a little CA glue in there, buff that, sand that back, add a swipe of our swell stain, and that'll be stabilized for the next 35 years. So one last tip before I go on this 3-crack top repair. When you're done with your super penetrating ODIES oil, and scoop it out of your little glass mixing bowl and put it in a little glass jar And before you put it in the little glass jar, take and put a shot of oxygen in there. Psh, put the cap on and screw it, because guess what? You never know what's going to happen to this top before I'm done with it and it's out the door. So this will keep a long time if you got a nice little layer of heavy oxygen laying on top of that that ODIES super oil.